The setting, the desert. The main character, a butt and breast obsessed teen who is attempting to become the greatest mercenary in the desert. This is the very, very narrowed down plot of Desert Punk, which became one of my more favored animes very quickly. I was over at my friend's house one night and we found it on Netflix, and we binge watched the shit out of it. It was great from episode 1. It took right off. And Desert Punk, like I said, follows this kid, Kanto, whatever, on this journey to become the greatest mercenary in the desert. But he's a pig. He's a pervert. He's a complete ass. He is not a good guy. And they make that apparent from episode 1. The only other thing that I think I really care to talk about, other than, oh, yeah, it's a great show, it began, yada yada. All the episodes are they're alright, they're standard. Lots of, I wouldn't call them fourth wall breaks, but lots of jokes about the style of things. The only other thing that really intrigued me about the show was the ending, which the show cuts off where the anime still goes on. I'm sorry, the anime cuts off where the manga still goes on. And the thing that I hate about that is, I wouldn't say the show kind of leaves off on a cliffhanger. It basically leaves off like the main character comes into this great massive power, and everyone's just kind of wondering, well, is he good now or is he evil? What's going to happen? And the show just ends like that. They make some whole kind of thing where he dies halfway through the series, and then the other half of the series, or the next few episodes, or whatever the rest of the series, this girl that he's training becomes the main character. And everyone just assumes he died in an explosion like a few episodes ago. And then last episode it's revealed, oh shit, he's back! And he basically has the firepower to take over, maybe not the Earth, but the government at that time. He has the power to pretty much, looks like he has the power to overthrow them. And it's just kind of like, is he going to kill all of his friends and everyone? Is he still good? Or is he evil? And this confused the shit out of me. I never got around to reading the manga, because as you know, I'm not a manga reader. Not a reader in general. Shit. But yeah, the ending just kind of I want more. Anime, of course. I could always just go and read the manga, figure out what happened afterwards, but I feel like I won't be satisfied till they put it into an anime. I won't be satisfied until it is animated and plays out with these voice actors, which if they ever bring it back or continue it, I hope they get the same people. Voice acting in the show is pretty good. I don't know, the few people that I've talked to about it said oh, that's complete shit, And I'm like, get out of here, you don't like anything. Yeah, but I just binged watched it one night, and of course I had to get it on DVD. But it's a great show. The premise is just so simple. Like I said, teen guy, complete prick, trying to become the best mercenary in some Japanese desert after this huge nuclear war thing left everything just as a huge desert. And that's the whole sum of things. Sure, he gets an apprentice, he's got rivals and all this stuff, and all that comes into play throughout the different episodes. I would call it I think it's your average 26 episode anime, I believe, give or take 2 or 3 episodes. But your average 26 run, I guess. And it definitely changes it up the second half. It's a complete switch. It stops being not a monster of the week type scenario, but it's like, you know those average animes where, oh, they wander into this town, the whole arc premise is they're going somewhere. So this episode, they're in this town this week, next week they're in this town, and they have to solve a problem like in each town. It's like that, but not towns, just sections of the desert. Threats appear and threats disappear, and it's weird because it's like everything seems so enclosed in their world. I don't understand how like some of these threats come out of nowhere. Like, you should have known about that. Or like literally there's only like a certain amount of people. Like, there's this big city in which everyone is kept out, and then there's all the poor people who are all the mercenaries and the scumbags and the evil people or whatever, all the lower class and poor that are treated like shit. And they're all kept outside the city, which Kanto, whatever the guy is. I always got confused because I believe the desert is called the Kanto Desert and the main character is called Kanta. Or is he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I always got confused between those two. I like to switch up from a main character. He's not like an average shonen main character. He's not honor and saving people and goodness. No, he threatened to like shoot up people, blow up himself. Like, they wouldn't let him do something in one episode. He wanted something, they wouldn't let him do it, so he walked up to them with a grenade and pulled it. And he was like gonna let go of it and blow himself up and kill everybody if they didn't let him do something. Sometimes he's a complete nut. And I like how in each episode they kind of have this thing, like, I swear he loses a tooth an episode, because he's got like one of those really big smiles. Every episode, you could see like teeth falling out of his mouth. Every episode he's losing a tooth. And it becomes really apparent halfway through the series. Half of his teeth in his mouth are missing, because they get smashed out or blown out or whatever. But other than the main premise, it's kind of just like a poor people versus the rich people scenario. And I have a feeling that's what it would have been like if it would have gone past the ending of where the anime ended. If it would have went on, I think the anime would have become just a poor people rising up against the rich society type of story, which now looking at it doesn't seem all that intriguing. We've seen it before, it's happened before. Isn't that what the new Psycho-Pass movie is based on? Basically what the second to last episode of Dead Man Wonderland is based on, just the demoted taking on the demoters. But other than that, it's a really fun series. Really, it's comedy action based. Don't watch it with your grandparents. Do not. I remember watching it with my grandpa. He started looking at the screen. He's like, "Are you watching porn? Is this cartoon porn?" No, Grandpa. It's just a very perverted show. Especially the main character. Anytime he's on screen, you got any kids in the room, cover their eyes, because he just, I wouldn't say it goes over the top. Maybe one or two scenes, but I don't know. If you know anything about anime and the whole touchy-feely pervert prowess thing that is in frequent anime, you know, they like to fan service and shit, they like to sneak in there, then probably know what to watch out for. Other than that, fantastic show, very funny. No clue who the voice actors are. Speaking of which, I should probably go back and watch that. I may fit in an episode tonight. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. That's Desert Punk. Desert Punk. Yeah, fantastic show. Sorry, I'm really zoning out. I'm very tired right now. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Is this an episode? It's not an episode. This video. That's gonna do it for this video. And, like I said, Desert Punk, very good, very funny, very perverted. Check it out, and I will see you next video.